Now, if you had to do this J1 visa all over again, would you? Was it worth it? Listen to me, my love. So, guys, you know it's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. You don't know that this is me, and this is Malika's Flex. So, as the title suggests, you guys asked, I'm answering everything. No question will go unanswered. I asked you guys to ask me questions on IG through my anonymous link, and y'all came through with some questions, so I'm about to deliver and answer them. Okay, all right, now I think I might do a part 2 to this. Like, the video hasn't even ended yet, so I'm gonna put the anonymous link down in the description box below, and also in the comment section for anybody who wants to ask more questions. I could possibly do a part 2 to this video. Okay, all right, let's get started. So, in no particular order, I'm going to go ahead and answer these questions. So, someone asked, is personality or looks more important to you? I'm in between on that. I am very big on personality. I believe that if you have a very bad personality, even if you appear to be the most beautiful person in the world, suddenly you become ugly to me. You have to have a great personality. So, but at the same time, looks, not to say, oh, you have to be the most beautiful person, but just good enough for me to be able to look at you every day, if you get what I'm saying. All right, next question, and I hope that doesn't make me sound shallow. Next question is, when are we gonna see each other again? It's been so long. They sound like one of my friends, and yeah, like, it's been a while since I've seen most of my friends. Listen, I don't know, let's see. Maybe we can meet up in Punta Cana or Colombia or somewhere, period. Okay, this is not a question. This is one of my students trolling me for sure. Tú eres mi profesora de ESOL. Well, ESOL, it should be. Adivina quién soy. Listen, if you are one of my students watching this right now, like, leave me alone. Déjame, por favor. All right, the next question is, do you have any exes? No, guys, big man thing. I am a married woman. Like, do you think that my husband was the only person that I've ever spoken to in my life? No. Of course, there would have been individuals that I would have spoken to before, didn't work out, and here I am today. Next question. Grateful for, well, not a question, grateful for your friendship every day. I don't know who this is, but if we're friends, I'm grateful for our friendship as well. Next question is, do you really enjoy teaching in the US, or are you ready to go home? I've always said this. I enjoy teaching in the United States, but whenever it's time to go home, it's time to go home. But yeah, I enjoy it. I've always spoken about this. The students' behavior is not the greatest, but I don't think I want to say teaching in the US, but just living in the US in general, I do enjoy that. And guys, remember, home will always be home. Like, literally, home is home. Like, we have a house in Jamaica. Yes, living in the US, I love it. The next question is life much more relaxed there, or does work take up most of your free time? This is a good question. I've also answered this in various videos before. I feel like to some degree I'm doing less work here than in Jamaica, and I've spoken about in other videos, like, just simple things such as I'm not creating end of year exams, I'm not marking papers just before summer or just before the winter break, I am not doing lesson evaluations, and that's just my experience, because there are other teachers, for example my husband, who do actually, perhaps, I'm not sure, do more here than in Jamaica. It all depends on what you teach, the school that you're at, and how relaxed they are or not. But for me personally, I do feel like I'm doing less here. I feel like I have time for more things. So yeah. Next question is, any regrets at all about making the move? Besides the monetary factors, what else is worth being there? Any regrets? No regrets, baby love, because we have one life to live and we live it well. So no regrets actually. I like living here. I would, yeah. Besides the monetary factors, what else is worth being there? Once again, these are all things that I've addressed, little by little in other videos. So besides the money, I always say it's the little things such as being able to purchase. I'm not talking about just because you're earning more, but just because these things are cheaper here. Purchase things that you just would not purchase in Jamaica, such as grapes or strawberries. Little things such as being able to go to the supermarkets at 9-10 o'clock in the night. Little things such as, for some pharmacies, being able to have your prescription mailed to you. Little things such as not having to deliberately spend only $50 on an online order. And I know that Jamaica increased it recently to $100, but still usually my orders are more than that. So not having to do all of that, not having to get a shipping company. In Jamaica, you don't need to get a shipping company, by the way. If you guys are doing that, you can go directly through the post office, but you just know that you have to wait until thy kingdom come to get it. But it's literally the little things for me. Being able to have the AC, like now I have the AC on. You're probably wondering, why do I have my sweater on when the time is hot now, but my AC is literally always running. And we have AC in our house in Jamaica, but we can't run it like every day. You're mad. Like, I think in Jamaica we used to say, all right, let's just use the AC on the weekend when we're definitely here for the whole day. And when we got our AC, and we started using it, we realized that our light bill literally tripled. No joke. Like, of course we expected the electricity bill to go up, but not that drastically. So it's literally the little things. What advice do you have for anyone planning to make the and regarding the previous questions where I said the little things, if you are someone who is also living here in the US and you want to add to that, because there are so many other things that I didn't say that relate to the little things, feel free to add them in the comment section. All right, the next question is, what advice do you have for anyone planning to make the move? Now, I would highly suggest that you check out this video right here that I made some time ago about, regrets that I have in terms of things that I didn't do before moving. It's a very helpful video. The things that I'm saying sound simple, but they're so important. All right, the next question. These questions are like so different, all of them. Love it. Do you have mixed ability students in your classes? If so, what are some strategies that you use to teach them? Of course, I have students with different capabilities, different strengths in terms of their learning styles, and some students with learning disabilities. And what I've found for my school, and not just my school, my district, they really like to push the small grouping. That's where there are different ways of doing small grouping, but one example is when you group, sometimes you can group the kids according to their capabilities, sometimes you can group them in a mixed way. You can just group them based on whatever factor. Maybe you're grouping them according to their behavior, whatever it is. You group them, and the idea is for each group to have something else to do. It takes a lot of planning, but trust me, when you get the planning done, it makes the classroom run so smoothly. So for example, you'll have one group maybe writing an essay, just for example, just off the top of my head, while maybe another group with lower capabilities, connecting sentences together. And so that's a good way of differentiating your lesson. That's just one strategy. Now, if you had to do this J1 visa all over again, would you? Was it worth it? Listen to me, my love. I've always said it on this channel. If you guys go back to my videos, almost every video that I speak about the H1B visa, I've always said I did not know about the H1 visa prior to coming here. It was a month after I got here that I even learned about this visa, and even then I didn't fully understand it. And as I came to really understand what it was about, I always said that, Jesus, if I had known about the H1, then I could have catch me up on that J1 program here. But to answer the latter part of the question that says, was it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And you asked if I would do it all over again. well, I think I answered that before to say, okay, doing it all over again with the knowledge that I have now, of course I would go with the H1 instead. But I absolutely appreciate the journey. I absolutely think it was worth it. There is so much that I have been able to accomplish. I've said this so many times. You guys think I'm joking. I have been able to do so much more in the time that I've been here versus when I was in Jamaica. I tell you guys about the loans that I've been able to clear off. So going back to Jamaica, I will be loan free. Okay. Yeah. It's not just about the loans too, like even certain things that I won't get into in this video. As a matter of fact, I'll probably need 2 or 3 videos to explain a big thing that I've been able to do since being here. I would not have been able to do it in Jamaica, or not to say I would not have been able to do it, but not in this space of time. I would not have gathered the money to do that thing. Like I said, in another video, when I feel like the time is right, I will explain what I've been able, that thing that I've been able to do since coming here that has been so important to my life. All right. What you doing? That's the next question. Well, I'm here making a YouTube video. What you doing? Next question. Who are your best friends? Now, if you know me, you know that I do not like to use the word best friends just because of past experiences that I've had. I tend to shy away from using that word. But to be honest, you guys ever you know, people who are afraid to say they love somebody, but then the right person comes along and they just have they have no choice but admitting it to say that, yeah man, you don't love that person here. So I'm gonna say it right here. I know I'm gonna know my friend. I go I don't know if she's gonna be upset, but because she's, you know, she does like to be out there. But my best friend, the person that I speak to every day, and when I say every day, like if I'm gonna hear from her at a certain time, like either she call me and I call her and say, oh, I'm gonna hear from you. Talking to each other while getting ready in the mornings in the shower, and my friend is on the phone. Yes, I'm gonna say that she's my best friend, and her name is Whitney Ellis. Period. Pick up yourself, Whitney. Yeah. Yes, and my friend is living in Georgia too. Period. Yeah. Woo. All right. I know somebody's gonna see this and show it to Whitney, you know. Sure. She's probably gonna vex, but sure. All right, the next thing, that's a question. It says, I wish we talked more. Oh, why don't we talk? Who are you? Why don't we talk? I'm always talking to people. Why don't we talk? Why? All right, so next, listen, this has to be my friend trolling me. I have a crush on you. This have to be one of my friend them. Next one. Do you love it in Georgia? Would you move to teach in another state? If so, which one? I love me some Georgia, honey. I love the Georgia peach, honey. All right, but real talk, I don't think I've seen much of Georgia. Like, I've been to Savannah. I've been to like a few other cities and in Georgia. But I haven't really seen, like outside of Savannah, I haven't seen like other like country cities in the States. So I can't like say I love all of Georgia. I know that I don't like Savannah because it's boring bad. But I know I like living in Metro Atlanta. I know I like that. So to answer your question, I like living in Metro Atlanta. And in turn, I will say I like living in Georgia because Atlanta is in Georgia. Would I move to teach in another state? If so, which one? I highly doubt it. But if I really, really had to choose, I would go to Texas. And literally, it's just because I feel like, I don't know. I'm really just thinking about money now because I've been looking at salaries and I feel like I would go to Texas. But at the same time, I'm also noticing that Texas doesn't really have a salary scale like Georgia. Somebody calling me. I had to pause the video because I was getting a call. But yes, as I was saying, yeah, I have noticed that Texas doesn't have a salary scale like most school districts in Georgia, where, okay, there's a clear step up, like a step for the master's, step for the doctorate. So even though some of the districts in Texas do pay better than the ones in Georgia, just looking at it, like the starting salary is better than most of the starting salaries that I've seen for Georgia. it actually works out better in Georgia because there's no step up. Like in Texas, I see where there's like a stipend. Like if you have a master's or a doctorate, you get like a one-off $3,000 or a one-off $5,000. And I'm like, okay, if you should divide this into the year, this still does not compare to what someone in Georgia with a doctorate or a master's would be earning. If y'all get what I'm saying. So, but yeah, it might be Texas. I'm also looking into like states without snow. So while I'm obsessed with seeing snow, I actually do not want to live amongst snow. I already don't like it when it's cold. Whenever it's cold, I feel like I do not go out much because I feel like literally I feel frozen. Like I don't want to move. I don't want to go anywhere. So if it's cold, I don't want any snow. Just be cold without snow. So any state without snow, I might, you might see me there. Maybe. Mixed with the salary. That's what I would consider. Next is, do you text a lot of people? I'm always on my Instagram. I'm always on my WhatsApp. I feel like I use Instagram more than anything else because you guys are always texting me on Instagram, random people, asking different questions about the USA and coming here to work for, different areas. So yeah, I'm always responding to messages. And if you're someone who texts me and you did not receive a response lately, if you just text me hi, more than likely I'm not going to respond. I might if I'm in the mood. But I'm a person where like I can't bother with I'm not, on a general basis, I don't mind small talk. But for like these things, if you message me about something regarding the USA, you don't even have to tell me hi. Just ask a question. Trust me, I will not be offended. You don't have to tell me good morning, good afternoon. You guys like to say, hi, good morning. I've been watching your videos and I really appreciate them. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate you appreciating my videos. But you don't have to butter me up, in order for me to respond. I will respond. Like, ask a question. I'll respond, okay? Just ask a question, all right? The next one is, I would like to know the H1B program from Jamaica or links. I'm interested for August or September 2025. I also have 2 kids, ages 5 and 1 year and 3 months old. All right, sweetheart. So if you have been following my channel, I have so many videos on various H1B school districts. Feel free to check out my channel, browse through, get to know the content, and I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you are interested in, okay? All the best. Next one is, plan to have kids? If yes, how many? Yes, I do plan to have niños, okay? Hijos. If yes, how many? For now, I'm gonna say 1, and depending on how that pregnancy goes, then I'll decide on if I would go for number 2, but it will not be more than 2. And like ever since childhood, I've always said no more than 2 kids, please. The next one is, ever experienced church hurt? Of course. I think we all go through it, but the thing to do is, or the thing not to do is to cause church hurt to let you lose your salvation, okay? Remember, at the end of the day, it's human beings that are attending church. All right? So don't let other human beings who are trying to help themselves prevent you from helping yourself into getting into heaven. All right? Church hurt is a thing. And sometimes, sometimes we say it's church hurt, but something happened to me years ago. I won't speak fully on it, but something I did, and let's say church was not happy. And one of my church brothers said something so important to me. He said, if you did not do this, they could not be speaking. If you never give them something to talk about, they could not be speaking. So you have to own it. So sometimes we are the ones who actually do something. And don't get me wrong, we're free to mess up and whatever. Don't get me wrong. But when you do mess up somewhere along the line, you're not at your best at this point in time in terms of your spirituality and all of that. Don't be mad and upset when human beings start to talk about it. We're human beings. We gonna talk, boo. Okay? Don't get upset. Yes, you can feel some sort of way because you're also human too and your feelings are valid. But don't act as if this situation was created by someone else. And now you're going to be upset with people for talking about it as if you are not the one who created your mess. Okay? I hope that resonated with someone. Next one, not a question, but it says, I'm here to support you. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. Next one is, do you feel safe in Georgia? I love the different questions that I'm getting. Honestly, love it. Do you feel safe in Georgia or in America in general? I'm nervous about the shootings on the news. Girl or boy, I don't know who you are, but I feel like I was scared too. But after living here and I live in the ghetto. I think I've made that very clear on my channel. I live in the ghetto, honey. Um, I'm very used to seeing police cars and all that surrounding like the area and so on and so forth. But after living here, it feels like it doesn't even exist. No, let me not say that. Sounds like I'm out of touch. Let me not say that. I don't feel unsafe anymore, if that makes sense. Like, you guys know, the houses and apartments here, they don't really come with burglar bars. And you know, in Jamaica we have our burglar bars, but for some reason I don't feel that unsafe. I don't know why. Maybe I'm too trusting, but I don't feel that unsafe. And you know, being a teacher, we are at a higher risk for violence, to experience some form of violence, because you know, school shootings are a thing. But I don't know, there was one time I was in Walmart and the lights went out, and trust me, I immediately started to think, what if somebody did this so them can start shoot up the place randomly? So it's not to say it's not in the back of my head, it's always in the back of my head, but I just don't feel as paranoid as I was when I just got here. It's just, you need to be observant, you need to be an observant person, do your research. So if you watch my video that I did when I just started YouTube on the apartment that I was living in when I just got here, that, you know, pipe do your research. And the bad reviews that you see on some apartments, believe them, trust me, believe them, don't ignore them, don't say, oh, these people are exaggerating. Believe them, do your research on certain areas and just find out the best area that is for you. Mind you, most of us teachers who come on these programs are coming into some of these H1 districts. We're going into districts that are in need of teachers because they're the hood, and many teachers don't want to teach in these schools, and that's why the vacancies are there. So that's just the reality. Some teachers, what they do is they work in the hood, but they live outside the hood, which is maybe an hour away from school. So if you are willing to do that, then do that, honey. As for me, I like to be close to school, so in the hood I shall live. Next question is, when will be the online interview for international teachers in USA? What online interview? I'm not sure what is being asked here. So if this person is brave enough to clarify, like, you could go back in the same link and clarify that question. Maybe I could answer it in another video. I'm not really sure. All right, next is, no question, LOL. Just to let you know, you are awesome. Thank you. And you are awesome for leaving this comment. Thank you. Please, let's hang out soon. Whoever you are, sure, let's do it, period. All right, you guys, I think I've talked enough. Thank you all for asking these questions, and thank you all for being here and listening to me just talk. I do not take it for granted when you sit down or stand up or wash the dishes, whatever you do when you're listening to me. I don't take it for granted when you decide to listen to me straight to the end. All right, sometimes I listen back to my videos and I'm like, yo, you know, some sound cringy, but you decided to listen to all the cringiness, and I appreciate you for that. All right, you guys, so until the next video, I'll catch y'all next time. You know, it's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. I don't know that it's me saying